Well, wow. 6 years have gone quickly. Myrna and I are blessed to have so many wonderful people who celebrate with us happy occasions and are with us to get through difficult moments. So we thank you all so much for all that you've done to make it possible for me to take the oath in about 45 minutes on the floor of the United States Senate to my second term in the United States Senate. You all have made this possible, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We have great friends, many of whom are my colleagues in the Congress of the United States. Senator Mikulski, thank you for those very generous comments, but thank you for being who you are. Senator Barb, and now Chair of the Appropriations Committee. We also have the ranking member of the House Budget Committee, Chris Van Hollen, who's here, and I thank Chris for his... And Congressman Steny Hoyer and John Sarbanes were here earlier, and we thank them for stopping by. We had several of my colleagues in the United States Senate who have stopped by, and I know more will be coming by. Senator Harry Reid, the leader, was here. The President Pro Temp of the United States, Patrick Leahy, had stopped by, and we thank him. Senator Grassley, Senator Franken, Senator Klobuchar, Collins, Hagan, and Schumer all have come by, and we thank them so much for coming by. And I really want to thank Paul Sarbanes for his incredible service to our country. He is the model senator that all of us emulate, and we thank you, Paul, for everything you've done. Rabbi Schulman, Myrna has already introduced you, and everyone knows that you're the president of the Baltimore Jewish Relations Council, which means you're in charge of all the headaches in our community. We thank you very much. But you're also the head of Chizuk Emunah, which I have to mention because Krieger Schechter is located at Chizuk Emunah, where my two granddaughters go to school, Madeline and Julia, who are here. With other members of my, there's Julia, with other members of my family, we have a large number, but my daughter Deborah, my son-in-law Jonathan Willis is here, and Jan Cardin has brought her whole contingency here with Max, Zach, Noah, Mitch, and other members of my family. And I told them earlier it wouldn't be a celebration unless they were here, so I thank them all for being here today. You know why I'm so proud of Myrna. You know that she shares my passion for public service, and we share a sense of justice that we can do this together, and it truly is working together. But I must tell you, you have to have an understanding partner if you're going to be able to serve in the United States Senate. And that was really tested New Year's Eve. The first face I saw on 2013 was Patrick Leahy in the cloakroom of the Senate. That's not what I had planned, to spend New Year's Eve and bring in 2013. But Myrna was extremely understanding, and I thank her very much for always being there and always being willing to sit. Well, the 112th Congress has now 40 minutes left of life before it adjourns, and it put us on the brink of yet another self-inflicted economic crisis. It was self-inflicted. But at the 11th hour, Democrats and Republicans in the United States Senate came together because they knew we had to act for the welfare of our nation. And we got some good things done. We provided certainty of tax relief for middle-income families. That was very important. They can now have a little bit of predictability in their life and not have to wait for Congress to extend these tax rates because they're now permanent. And we did avoid the fiscal cliff, which would have had horrible impact on our entire country. But we did kick the can down the road as it relates to dealing with our debt and dealing with the extension of our debt ceiling and dealing with this sequestration across the board cuts that we're going to have to deal with again. And I make no apologies for standing up for my democratic values. That's who I am. That's what I believe. but I'm also proud that I work across party lines to get things done. You've got to work across the aisle. And as Senator Mikulski knows, I'm working now with a group of both Democratic and Republican senators to change the rules and practices within the United States Senate. Because our Senate needs to debate. It is the greatest deliberative body in the world, but it's got to debate. We don't get much done when we're in a quorum call. We've got to bring bills to the floor from our committees in a more effective way, and we've got to complete work. And I'm hopeful working together, Democrats and Republicans will be able to get that done. Gridlock does not create jobs, and we've got to create jobs. I certainly understand that we cannot leave this mound of debt to our children and grandchildren, nor can we leave them dirty air or polluted water or inferior schools. We've got to get both done. But the lesson, I think, at the end of the 112th Congress is that if we work together, we can get things accomplished. And I hope that we put our country first, working together, Democrats and Republicans. My Republican colleague from Mississippi called me last night, Roger Wicker, and asked if I would walk down when he takes the oath of office. A clear signal by our colleagues that we've got to join together from day one to put the interest of America first. Moving forward, we can deal with the deficit in a balanced way, protecting the rights of middle-income families and working families in our community, investing in job growth. And we've got to end this attack on the federal workforce, making them the scapegoats for dealing with every fiscal problem in our country. We can do that working together. So my priorities for the 113th Congress that will start now in 35 minutes. My priorities is to move forward with clean energy, to create good-paying domestic jobs, investing in high-tech research, a healthy Chesapeake Bay, comprehensive immigration reform, moving forward on human and civil rights. Together, we can make progress on each of these issues. So I thank you for being my friend and joining me in meeting these challenges. Together, we can put America first, we must put America first, and we can make progress for this great nation. I am honored to represent you in the United States Senate. I can't tell you what an honor it will be when I raise my hand in just a few moments to take the oath of office for the next 6 years, working with my colleagues to make sure we meet the challenges so that our children and grandchildren indeed can have the opportunities of this great nation. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for being part of this.